Click the icon on the left of the screen. Select the field required to be retrieved. Use click in the bottom right corner, or click R3 button. Retraction distance is the distance between the outside route and the boundary, used to increase the safe distance and to avoid entering obstacle avoidance status or avoid the collision with obstacles like trees, electric poles, etc. It includes widen one side and widen overall margin. Widen overall margin takes effect on all boundaries, and widen one side is on the selected boundary only. Set widen overall margin, then widen one side, or the latter will fail. Auto boundary route can improve the spray quality nearby the boundary. After turning on this function according to the requirement, the aircraft will spray in clockwise or counterclockwise based on the auto boundary route settings after it arrives at the terminus. After turning on the auto boundary route function, the done will spray the area which is left blank along the field. When turned on low speed, ascend and the agricultural drone reaches the end of the route at low speed. It will ascend to the set height based on the current one to prevent the damage to the crop, and it will automatically lower the height after the flight speed recovers normally. Click Aircraft Setting in the top right corner. Select Advanced Settings and turn on Auto Route Spacing Adjustment. When enabled, spraying coverage of field edge areas will be optimized automatically. Meanwhile, ensure to turn on Flight Efficient Operation Resumption, which will decrease the unsprayed distance with full load when resumes the task and improve the endurance of the aircraft. Set spraying amount, flight speed, route spacing, and height according to the requirements, or click Spraying Module to select the parameters set before. Preset Module. Click Spraying Module. Click New Templates. Input template name. Set spraying amount, flight speed, route spacing, and height according to the requirements. Click Save after setting. Use the slider on the screen to adjust the angle of the routes so that the route is parallel to the boundary. Click the slider to fine-tune the route angle. There is also a shortcut operation for adjusting the angle of the routes. Double-clicking a specific boundary can make the route parallel to the boundary. Click Route Segmentation on the right side of the screen to divide the field into multiple tasks. The green point in the field represents the start point of the routes. The yellow point represents the end point of the routes. During the editing process of the field, the start point will be firstly selected nearby the position of the agricultural drone. In reality, if the aircraft is far away from the start points, reselect the start point position to facilitate the operation. Click the waypoint and click Save to reset the start points. During the process from the takeoff position to the break point, if there are obstacles such as utility poles and trees on the roadside, click Connection Point icon on the right and add a connection point using crosshair in the high-definition map. In this way, can the agricultural drone fly from the takeoff point to the connection point and then fly to the break point so as to successfully bypass the obstacle. Double-click to delete the connection points. Check connection routing and RTH altitude/speed and the surrounding environment. Slide to execute the task. The aircraft will automatically take off and start the task. Alternatively, you can manually operate the aircraft to the start point and slide to start the task. During spraying, when finish the liquid or manually move the aircraft to left/right or forward/backward, the task will be paused. When the liquid is completed, operate the agricultural drone to return and refill the liquid and replace the battery, and then resume the operation. If pause the task because of avoiding the obstacle, select return point based on the prompt in the screen. If recall the aircraft back to the refilling point, adjust its orientation and ensure the pilot faces to the rear of the aircraft, then continue to operate it. If the agricultural drone is beyond the range of visibility, operate it within sight through the FPV, adjust the orientation of the aircraft, and then call it back to the takeoff and landing point. During the operation, the aircraft will display the liquid free point in real time according to liquid amount in the tank. You can choose to land at the nearest location according to the prompt of the aircraft. For example, the current liquid free point is at the upper position of the flight route. Actually, you can land the aircraft in advance and add chemicals at the boundary. End the operation firstly if a field is not completed at one time. Next time, select the task in progress and continue the task.